Okay, good day, people. Today I just want to take a look at the loadouts. So we'll start with the Hunter class, and the way the game is working, on level 10 with the Hunter, progress nearly at 1755 of 2000 to reach level 11. But if we check the Hunter class, we'll see that there is a Morita Mark 1 and the Morita Hawkeye, the TW202, which is equipped. And as we mouse over a weapon, we can either click to swap to it, or we can take a look and see the damage on the Morita Mark 1, much less, fire rate is a little bit higher, range way less than the Hawkeye, accuracy less than the Hawkeye, stagger much less than the Hawkeye, and 0 stun effect. It takes magazines, 10 magazines and 60 rounds per magazine. And then we have the Morita Mark 1 carbine, which we can compare to the Hawkeye, or if we want to compare it to the Mark 1, we have to click on it, go back, and then we can compare the Morita Mark 1 to the Morita Mark 1 carbine. And we can see the difference. There's a difference. Damage is less, range is less on the carbine, accuracy is greater, and stagger is greater. And note, remember, stagger just causes the enemy to stop moving while you're shooting at it. Okay, so that is the primary weapons that the Hunter will have. We have 2 secondary weapons, handguns basically, the TW102 Peacemaker, and then we have the Emancipator. And we can see the Emancipator's higher damage, lower fire rate, more range, less accuracy, 0 stagger, but it has a stun effect, which stun causes the enemy to stop moving immediately. Okay. Utilities for the Hunter, we see we have a scan beacon, and so we can either change the scan beacon for a thermocharge, or when we get to level 11, which we're nearly there, we can have a nuclear detonation pack. Level 14, we can have a shock beacon, and level 18, we can have an ammo fabricator. As far as the hand grenades go, we have equipped the initial MX-90, but then there's also a scan grenade, which has 0 damage, but it scans enemies in a 12-meter radius and lets you know what's coming. On level 12, we have a high explosive grenade. Level 15, we have a chemical grenade, which sounds like quite a lot of fun. You throw the grenade and it leaves gas, which when the enemies walk through, they take damage. Well, the bugs, the enemies, I mean bugs. Perks, we can have 2 perks at a time. So at the moment I have the magazine bandolier and the pain booster. But if you click perks, you'll see the pain booster is already equipped. Magazine bandolier, so it allows you 2 mags per rifle, 2 mags per pistol, an additional machine gun mag, and an additional marksman rifle. We can also go for hardened ceramic plates, which halves the damage taken from ranged bugs. When we get to level 13, we can have extended magazines, so more bullets, 50% more bullets per magazine. Level 16, we can get a utility satchel, adds 1 to all utilities, and a bloodlust, you regenerate health after every successful melee attack. So kind of like a mesmer in Guild Wars. When you give your enemy damage, you get health. Interesting. The ones in development are just because it's early access, as the game tells us. So that was the Hunter. The Bastion, basically the same. We have the Morita Mark I, the Morita Mark I Carbine, which is equipped for this guy. But the Morita Mark III, this gun has, it has serious, what would you call it? When you shoot, it's almost uncontrollable. So it has a little bit more damage. The fire rate is a little bit less. Accuracy, about 20% less than the carbine. And stagger causes a lot of stagger to the enemies. And remember, stagger is while you're shooting at an enemy, you can keep the enemy in one place. So the machine gun, and if we take a look, TW102, TW109, the same handguns. Utility, here we have a shock beacon, so the shock beacon is equipped. Here you can set a perimeter, and when the bugs walk up to the beacon and they touch it, they get shocked, and you see shocked enemies are instantly stunned. Or you can have a proximity mine which explodes. You can have the thermal charge, which is a set of explosives that you can manually be triggered by a remote detonator. Level 14 is a hill beacon. The difference between this hill beacon is it can be placed outside of a building zone. Level 18, a nuclear detonation pack. So very high damage, and of course nuclear, and there are still more perks in development. So the grenades, here we can see we have the MX-90, we have a shock grenade which does no damage but stuns the bugs. A cluster grenade breaks into a cluster of smaller grenades and has a smaller radius. It has an area of effect, area denial, and causes good stun damage. Level 15 has a napalm grenade, which, causes your enemies to burn for a while. Quite an interesting grenade that we have over there in the perks. So we already have the ceramic hardened plate. And we have the magazine bandolier, extra magazines. We can have synthetic armor, which will protect against melee attacks. We can have power up build tool. Okay, build and repair spreads are doubled. Utility satchel, and we can also have extended magazines. And then on the operator, you'll see the operator has the Morita Mark I, the Morita Carbine, Mark I Carbine, but then the different weapon they can have is a grenade launcher. So as you can see, damage, excellent, rate to fire is less, accuracy, pretty accurate, 0 stagger, but it stuns enemies in the area. So you have 4 magazines with 6 rounds per magazine. And that's handguns, TW102, TW109, the same. But now, because you're basically the medic, you can have a first aid stim. This is like an injection where you can run up to your troopers and heal them, or you can use it on yourself and heal yourself. You can set up an ammo fabricator outside of a build zone. The hill beacon can be set up outside of a build zone, and if you stand within the 15-meter radius, every 10 seconds you get healing. Medical station, you can run up to a medical station and receive healing like you would at an ammo station. Scan beacon just scans enemies in an additional, scanned enemies take additional damage once if you're using that. Level 18, we see we have a nuclear detonation pack as well, and then the rest are in development. Yeah, I'm already at the napalm grenade, but the MX-90, the chemical grenade, the napalm, and a shock grenade. The others are still in development. And perks, so we have improved cooldown on the hand grenades, magazine bandolier for extra magazines, a pain booster, synthetic armor for melee bugs, utility satchel adds 1 to all utilities, bloodlust, you regenerate health while you are dealing melee damage to bugs. And yeah, so those are the 3 classes, and so far the differences between them. And as you can see, on the Hunter I'm at level 10, on the Bastion I'm level 12, and on the Operator level 16. I just want to get them maxed out at the moment, because I'm not sure when the game goes into version 1 and early access ends, do we keep what we have, or will the game be reset? My hope is that the game will be reset, so that we can start again from the beginning and everyone is on the same level, new and old players. It'll just be something nice that we can do. But yes, so that was just a look at the different classes in Starship Troopers Extermination.